Hey guys and girls, it's Mrs. Kreitzer. I want to spend some time talking about the functions of our digital cameras for our next unit. So each camera comes with a case, and on the case there's a number, okay, so we can identify our cameras. So this is case number 1, and inside of the case you'll find your digital camera, and on your digital camera you'll have a tag, and the tag number should match up with the case number so we can keep track of them. Okay, so number 1 matching with number 1. All right, and then there's this loopy thing hanging off of this camera, and this loop is a safety strap. Okay, so anytime you're holding this camera, you should have the strap around your wrist. Even if you're sitting, I want you to have the strap around your wrist. And the reason for that is if you accidentally drop the camera, it will be saved by having it on your wrist. Okay, so safety strap on always. By now I'm sure you've figured out how to turn the cameras on and off. There's the power button here, it says on and off. When you press it, a lens comes out, and that means camera is on. Press it again, lens goes back in, camera is off. The button next to that is called the shutter button. That's the button you're going to press to take a picture. So when the camera is on, if you press this button, a picture will be taken. So that is your shutter button. Now let's talk about where to find the zoom. On the back of your camera, there are 2 buttons up top here, okay? And if you look closely, there's a little magnifying glass as a little icon. That icon is a picture that stands for something. Okay, so if your camera is on, and if I have a subject here, if I'm zoomed all the way out, okay, this is zooming out, zooming in. Okay, you press to zoom in, press to zoom out. Okay? But you don't always have to use the zoom. You could move your body closer, and you could move your body back. All right? So that's the zoom. Next, let's talk about the flash icon. So an icon, remember, that picture that stands for something. If you look here, there's a little lightning bolt. That lightning bolt stands for the flash. Okay? If you press that, it will give you 2 choices. It'll give you a choice for the flash to be off or the flash to be on automatically. Automatically means the camera will tell you and when you need a flash. A flash is needed when there isn't enough light to take a picture. Okay? So if it's a sunny day outside, you don't need the flash. So you could just scroll over, hit the center button to turn the flash off. So let's try that again. Here's the flash. You can scoot left and right, okay? Left and right to choose your choices. And then if you want automatic or turn it off, okay? Now let's talk about the focus lock, okay? So when you're taking a picture, you have to make sure that you're doing something called a half press, okay? So here's that shutter button, the button you're going to use to take a picture. Half press, gently pressing down on that shutter button, and then you see this little green rectangle show up. That little green rectangle says your picture is focused and it's locked and it's ready to take a picture. So that means you keep your finger where it is, but now press down the rest of the way. Okay? If you do a half press and you see that little green rectangle and then you take your finger off, you have to do it again. Okay? So half press, in focus, press down the rest of the way. So that's how you take an in-focus image. All right? Now let's talk about another icon. Another image that stands for something is this little triangle. This is called the playback mode. So if you press that playback mode, you can see what images or what pictures you have taken. Okay? So now let's talk about deleting. I don't need this picture. Not important. So there's a little garbage can right down here. If I press on that little garbage can, it'll say, do you want to erase or do you want to cancel? Do you change your mind or should we go ahead and erase? So again, this is how you scroll back and forth. If I'm erasing, I press that center button, And that picture is now gone. You cannot go back and change your mind. Okay, so once more. Little garbage can. Sure you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, cancel it out. Okay, if you do want to if you want to go ahead and erase, then erase. Image is gone. Okay, so that's all for now. Safety strap on. That's all for now. We will go back. We will go back and do a super duper quick review. Okay, so power button. All right. Remember that safety strap. Here's your shutter button to take a picture. Your zoom out. Your zoom in. Remember your flash. Do you need it on a sunny day? Probably not. Turn it off. Are you not sure? Then go ahead and make sure you've got it on auto mode. And then remember your focus lock. Okay? Little green rectangle. That tells you that you are focused and ready to go ahead and press the rest of the way. All right, guys and girls. Have fun. See you later.